And we're live again. So this is another Miniature Modelling Mayhem live painting chat where you get to join some of us members of the Miniature Modelling Mayhem painting chat community and see what exactly we get up to when we're on these things. So I'm joined tonight by Gary, who's popped off for a second, hopefully just a second.
The technology is thwarting me tonight. Windows PC is playing up. Have we lost James?
Apparently.
Went live and threw him out.
So we're a bit Pete.
Went live.
And he's back.
Well, that went well.
Yes. Me out, and then you, I think.
Yeah, I was still on. I could hear you guys talking. It just had kind of died a death. That's a bit annoying. Let me see if we're still live.
It's live in my top right-hand corner. So.
Yeah, it says in mine as well.
Yeah, we're still live, which is interesting. Sorry about that. Damn technology.
Forgot to feed the hamster.
Yes.
Feed the hamster, yeah. Absolutely.
I'll just drop it another memo. The beating shall continue until morale improves.
Yes, you're not wrong.
Yeah, so we were about to do Creeping Death. I was just explaining. What was I explaining? Yeah, that the miniature modelling painting chats, what we do. We basically hang out and paint. Most of the painting chats we have are not recorded. We just try and record at least one a week so that those lucky people who stumble blindly across our chats can actually see what it is that we're doing. And hopefully it provides some small level of entertainment.
Yes.
I don't hold my breath. Yeah. Yes, I'm sure in the future archaeologists will look back on these recordings and marvel.
Yeah, just think you'll be able to show your grandkids.
In case you need anything to help putting them to sleep, but helping them sleep probably.
This could happen to you if you don't pay attention at school.
Yeah. Or in our case, I think, given the levels of various qualifications we all have, it might be this could happen to you if you do stick in at school.
Well, yeah, that's true. That's true, to be fair.
Right. I'm attempting technical and talk at the same time, which isn't going to work. Live stream link.
Indeed.
So what you were just going to explain to us what you were working on just now, Dave?
So I'm working on some Renaissance Italian cavalry, some Stradiots. For a friend, them and asked me to do something with them, so I'm going to do oil colour on the horses tonight, I think. So goes on, and once I've got that oil rub done, I shall leave them to dry for a few days in the warm weather.
Cool.
Old school technique, to be honest, but from the horse colours, a yellow or a sandy colour underneath. So I'm going to use a really different oil paint, which is a raw umber, a burnt umber, and a raw sienna. Just a little bit of that, gives you a little bit of different colour variations. So see how that goes. Shouldn't take too long to do. That's one of my jobs for tonight, and then more bits of railway and bits and bobs. A bit of a bitzer evening.
Yes, I know the feeling.
Yes, that's me.
Okay, I'm not sure Gary's back yet, but we'll sort him out once he arrives.
Yeah,
Martin?
I'm back.
No,
I'm
you're
back.
back.
I'm back.
I'll do Martin and I'll come back to you, Gary.
Yeah.
Hi, Martin. How you doing?
I'm all right, James. How are you?
Oh, good. What are you up to tonight?
So I'm painting a very British Civil War sailors section,
Mm.
and one or two civilians for some background character.
And this is for the big game that we're putting on, or you're putting on at the Old Guard Club.
Yeah, we'll get the old guard out and see how much they hate each other.
Yeah.
Immensely. Don't worry, I'll not be there to show you all up though. So
Yeah, but it's helpful to have a deadline to work to, isn't it?
Certainly is.
And you find yourself doing things that have been at the back of the lead pile, and all of a sudden you think, I've moved these out for a game. So it works quite well what we're doing with that at the moment. So.
I've painted up a Sikh Bren gunner for one of the sections.
Ooh.
Indeed.
Yes.
They're often found in the depths of the Yorkshire villages in 1938.
Well, to be stereotypical of the period, somebody had to drive the buses
Yes.
and run the curry house.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, they also had the first cremation cemetery for Sikhs in Brighton, I think it was.
Yes, in Brighton in the First War. Yeah, there was that whole memorial and setup thing. Yeah.
Cool.
When
Didn't
the
know
Indian
that.
Army was brought over in 1914-15.
To be honest, if you're going to pick a fight, be on the side of the Sikhs. They're better at it than most people.
Yeah.
Indeed.
So there you have it. Just a few minutes ago, James, you were saying, this erudite and educated folk that you have on this forum.
Yeah.
There you go. There's an example.
Indeed.
Example of closet racism.
Yeah. Well, I thought when
Well, I wouldn't have gone that far. I was trying to big it up a bit there, Martin.
Well,
yeah.
You have to lower the tone.
Well, I'm good at that as well.
all we need is Mark to come on and start talking about the Red Ball Express and give me palpitations, and we're good to go.
He has done worse.
Moving swiftly.
He has done worse.
And Gary, what are you up to today?
I'm finishing off these Saxons that I've done. I've got the bases ready to be painted and then flocked. I did start off doing one Austrian regiment, which has now suddenly become two, because be marching and another group to be firing. And also got through the post today.
Claiming that they hadn't arrived in the order as well.
It's my turn.
Yeah.
I also got through the post today. You know, I was saying a couple of weeks ago that one of my Brunswick cavalry men was missing. So I wrote the company that sent it, and they've sent me back a whole pack of Brunswick cavalry, which I'm just showing up now.
Excellent.
So I've now got 2 sets of Brunswick cavalry minus 1 man, so I can do the entire.
Which wonderful organisation!
The entire set.
Wonderful services. We want to know.
Yeah, well, you know, considering the guy that was missing costs, the guy that was missing costs about 3 pence, I've suddenly got another, £7 worth of bloody cavalry there. So I'm well chuffed with that.
Excellent. What more could you want in life?
Exactly. Well, a Polish wife, but let's not go there.
That's a bit random.
A bungalow and cows, maybe.
No.
Which brings me on to my Isle of Wight jug, which is the only Isle of Wight jug that I know. Because we were talking about this earlier. What is brown and steaming?
Can
I finish the friggin'...
I'm going to give you the opening line, and you were going to finish it.
Can I finish the joke?
Yeah. You can have a go.
Right, okay. What's brown and steaming comes out of cows?
Backwards.
The Isle of Wight ferry.
Yeah.
Right. It's an old one, but a gold one.
It is.
I finally got that one out.
It's up there with what do you call a man with a seagull on his head?
Cliff.
Cliff.
What do you call a man with a rabbit on his head? Warren.
Warren, yeah. What do you call a man with a spade in his head?
Doug.
Doug.
What do you call a man without a spade in his head? Douglas.
Douglas.
Would you call a man trying to run a painting chat? Desperate.
That's right.
Oh, God. We could even talk about toy soldiers sometime,
You can, if you want. Although I do know about 30 of those what you call jokes.
Yeah. What do you call an epileptic and a pile of leaves?
Russell.
Yeah.
What do you call a man with an oil rig on his head? Derek.
Enough already. Mad fool.
I didn't start this one. I'm just finishing.
No, true.
I don't believe you.
You only make it worse for yourself.
So, talk to me about Stradiots.
I don't know, mate. There just happened to be some mercenary sort of Italian Venetian cavalry, that seem to have quite nice and pretty uniforms and big lances. So these are.
Are they armoured or are they like Hussar types?
No, it looks more sort of leather armour than.
All right, cool.
But no, I'm going to do get the horses done proper first. I'm going to do the bit of work with the soldering iron on them to solder the lances into their hands, move some arms, and give them a bit more movement. But these are the bad figures that the hairy ones. They were a bit of a swine to clean because there must have been an older cast, a poor cast, a lot of cast worms on them. But they've tidied up all right.
Yeah, they're annoying, aren't they?
But now, so I'll get these done, and it's just something a bit different from the massed ranks of stuff, So
yes, no, absolutely.
Yeah,
cool.
So,
What I find interesting about all these regimes that had mercenaries, they had money.
Yeah.
Who lived in these countries or principalities weren't prepared to fight, so they had mercenaries because they were prepared to fight for money, and that was one of the downfalls of the Carthaginian Empire, because their mercenaries weren't paid, so they buggered off.
Well, yeah, that's always the doom, isn't it?
And the Romans, of course, defeated them because they didn't bugger off.
Yeah,
no, true.
I mean, they didn't volunteer to go to North Africa or Spain or wherever. They had to go there because that was the regime said, we're going there, we're going to defeat this anti-Roman army that is mercenaries, and we're going to prove we're better than them. Farmers, their own armour, they get theirs paid for. But it also helped when they nicked the Numidian cavalry off them.
Well, that's always an advantage, isn't it?
It is an advantage when you don't have cavalry of your own.
No.
And you nick the best cavalry in North Africa that then changes sides. Because they fight for the winners.
Yes, like Man United supporters.
Exactly. Exactly.
And that's a horrible thing to say. There might be some Numidians watching this painting chat.
In the Man United supporters club. Yeah.
Well, you know
Which,
what?
of course,
It's their national
they will
demographic,
have
isn't it?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I see we've had or did we? Yes, we've had a Stig sneak in.
Yes.
Good evening.
Evening,
How is,
mate.
how is everyone?
You're fine, Andy, thank you.
Well, after that last comment, Martin is now my best friend in the entire world.
Good.
Uh-oh.
Because if it's an anti-Man United statement, he's my best mate.
Yes.
My enemy's enemy, is it? Is that the case?
I do have a confession to make, though. That's not going to go down well.
Oh dear.
When I was a little boy, me and my mates used to support Jimmy Greenough, not a football team.
All right.
And for a while, he played for Man United.
He did play for Stoke first, though.
He played for Stoke, which is kind of why we supported Jimmy Greenough. And eventually,
With his brother as well.
yes,
His brother Brian played for Stoke as well, yeah.
yeah. And he eventually ended up at Port Vale, and I stuck with Port Vale after that because I was born next to the ground.
So
Seems
from
wonderful.
one chat about ancient history to another.
Yes, absolutely.
Now, Jimmy Greenough was a great player.
He was.
Brian was okay for a striker, but he did cry when Carlisle beat them in the FA Cup. Which I remember very well.
Yes.
But yes.
Please tell me you're working on something much more interesting than football, Stig.
Yes. I'm working on Napoleonic 6mm cavalry from a French.
Yeah. What sort of cavalry?
Yeah, the chasseurs. These are chasseurs.
Yeah, les
I've got some hussars and I've got some dragoons.
Are these the second-hand ones you got?
Yeah. Yeah, and these are the really nicely painted ones.
Right.
Um,
So did you do anything to them in the end, or did you just base them
No.
up?
Yeah, just the nicely painted ones. I don't have to do anything. They're just basing them up. But there's some of them that are okay. I'm not saying they're bad. They just need an ink wash on them or something. It's just base coated, base colours on them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit of work, but they're all right.
Where'd you get them from?
This guy called Warren Coleman. He's on
Warren.
Facebook.
No.
Oh dear, we've had
Step
that one.
away.
He's a man with a rabbit on his head.
Yeah, he's going over it. Yeah.
He's got a mate called Doug
Yeah. I've just been watching.
and Cliff, yeah. And Russell.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Dangerous. So back to the point. Have you now got quite a significant French 6mm army?
I have, yeah. I just need some commanders. I need some artillery limbers, and a bit more artillery as well. I've got loads of
Somebody
cavalry.
with some Russians or some and somebody with some Russians or some British.
Well, I've got tons of Austrians.
Oh yeah, that'll do. Oh, I bet they were fun. Weren't they all that white?
I actually
think-
enjoy painting them. I think
you
I'm a
think-
bit weird.
Tons of Austrians.
Yeah.
I actually do think I'm a bit strange because I really enjoy painting the Austrians.
Well, I don't think it's strange, Stig, because I'm painting Austrians at the moment and I love doing it.
Yeah, it's
Really
just
like
so easy
Been
to paint. And when you paint
going out of my way to paint Austrians.
French are a pain in the ass to paint. Too much fiddling
It's
going on.
Well, the Austrians don't have bloody epaulets for a start, but the French have got rosettes on their bloody hats and pain.
Oh, these are 6mm.
They do look
I have to
nice,
paint.
but Austrians are quite simple.
Yeah.
Cool.
So I'm just thought I'd have a little break from painting. Well, I don't know. I just fancy doing them. So
That's the only.
Their artillery is a bit odd, though.
Brown.
Their Wurst artillery, you know, where they all sit on the
Yeah.
big fat sausages.
The cavalry batteries and that, yeah.
Mm.
Weird. I haven't got.
But I've discovered last couple of days that they do Uhlans as well, which really intrigued me because I've got to do some Austrian Uhlans.
Yeah, nice.
Got to do that.
They're nice uniforms with the green and the yellow and the shankers and stuff. It's nice uniform.
Got a couple of regiments of Austrian Uhlans. I've got the, I think it's the second had the green hats, and the third, I think, maybe? The third had yellow.
Yeah. There are the books I gave you.
Northumberland. Yeah. So I thought I had a day off today, so I thought I'd have a nice kind of chilled out day doing some painting, and had a fucking, sorry, swearing, but I had a water pipe.
The first
A
F-bomb.
water pipe burst.
Oh,
And the ceiling caved in the hallway, and there's water everywhere. So yeah, it's a right laugh.
Not good.
that sounds like a panic.
Oh yeah, it's right laugh.
Why would a water pipe be bursting in this time of year? I thought it was only when they froze.
I think it's because it's in part of the extension part, and they've had this new boiler put in. It's a new pressurized system.
Ah, right.
Yeah.
And I think that's a crappy little plastic joint thing that just popped off.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's made a right mess.
There we go. That's me horses oiled in 10 minutes.
Yep.
Let them dry for a couple of days. Put a bit of detail on them then. Good fun. And then. So. Yeah, it's bugger when you get water in it is.
I'm doing an oil paint for a couple of months now. Quite miss it really.
Yeah.
Because it does take a while to dry, but it's nice stuff when it does.
Yeah, I usually find it's dry within 2 or 3 days. It's warm enough in there.
I don't think I've ever done one.
No, I haven't either. Never.
Keeping the camera on you there, Dave, but you're a bit jerky. Connection's not brilliant.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they're looking smart.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, start.
Yeah.
Another little job done. Move them on a bit.
Cool.
Go back to free look.
Let's do that one next.
I was waiting on bases to dry in order to be able to base up some of my Brit stuff, but the bases aren't dry yet, so I decided instead to do my Cornfields again.
Cool.
Well,
I've got the edges all inked.
I was impressed with your cornfields. They look good. They didn't really took the door.
Yeah, it's not a fantastic door mat to use, to be honest. It's pretty uneven texture-wise. There's big twisted bits and bits of I think it's bamboo, so there's bits of unbroken bamboo in it and things. It's a bit rubbish, to be honest. But from a distance, you don't really notice on the table. So
That looked good. I bought mine from B&Q. They were cheapest.
Well, the DIY stores are available.
They are. But they didn't have any in Witsies.
the other one I thought I had, but I can't find. So I've lost it at some point. Is the one of the rubber mats with the ridges, because they are quite good for doing ploughed fields, I think.
Yeah, they are 75p each in Wilco. Or the hardware still not available. But they're alright, aren't they? I've got a couple of them.
Yeah, I'll need to have a look. The biggie that's still eluding me is how to do the bits for around the town. I need to have a closer look at some of Mark's.
Horrendous things, Steve.
Yeah.
What bits around the town?
Oh, just like yards and
Oh, right, yeah.
things that make it look a bit cluttered without the houses being touching and stuff. If you know what I mean.
I know exactly what you mean. Yeah, no, I've got some flower tufts and things. I'm just gonna go and make some flower beds and just stick them on.
Yeah, I've been eyeing up someone on eBay who sells laser cut kind of outhouses and stuff.
Yeah.
Get some of them at some point.
The privy.
Yeah,
Well, it's more just like little sheds and garages and things because they seem to have a lot of that type of.
It's called a netty.
What?
It's called a netty.
What is?
outside
An
toilet.
outside netty.
Oh, right, okay.
It's not where I come from. It's only where common people come from.
Oh. I heard something. I heard something horrendous tonight. This little Cockney girl in the bar was saying that her father, or her stepfather, was from Scotland. I said, "Which part of Scotland is he from?" And she said, "Berwick."
Right. Okay. That doesn't really
It isn't
count,
in
does it?
It's not in Scotland, pet.
No.
They
I
might
thought it was
start
every
their salt
7
fire there
years.
every week. No. They might want to claim it every New Year's Eve, but it isn't. It's in England. It's the only walled city in Britain.
What?
Yeah, it's the only fully walled city in Britain. It's the only one with walls that go all the way around the city
Right.
without a break. Because, you know, York has got it,
Okay.
but there's a break. London has got it, but there's a break. Berwick is the only one that's fully encompassed by a city wall.
It's also tiny.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's not a big place. Henry VIII built it. He built the walls around there.
Right. Keep the marauding Scots out.
Yeah, because it's in England, not Scotland, pet.
Yeah.
Maybe she meant North
So she
Berwick.
was- which is in Scotland, yeah.
Maybe she said North Berwick, but you didn't understand her.
No, she said Berwick, which is why it kicked off.
Maybe she doesn't know the difference.
No, she doesn't. And I do.
As long as you're not getting in trouble for standing screaming at 8-year-olds in the street again.
Yeah. Well, in 2 years' time, I can still do it, but not right now.
Is that when the license runs out?
That's when the order runs out, yeah.
Oh, Londoners, eh?
That's when the restrictions are lifted.
Fastball, Gary.
Let's do that one.
I've been to North Berwick, I've never been to Berwick.
got some very famous geology.
Which one?
Hutton's both really. Hutton's unconformities kind of between them.
What?
A thing called Hutton's unconformity.
Which is?
It's two layers of rock that lie on top of each other in a way that's impossible if the Earth is only 5,000 years old.
Right.
Oh, Edinburgh has got something to do with that as well, hasn't it?
Yeah. And it's kind of all over because it's a big, massive thing. So there's a bits of it in the Hebrides and things like that as well. And basically, the one set of rocks points in one direction, so it's not horizontal, and the other set is perfectly horizontal right on top of it. And it doesn't make sense if you believe in the Noah's flood. And the Hutton first spotted it about early doors in the 19th century. Can't remember the date.
Gary, when was it?
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I mean, geologists love that sort of thing because it just proves their theories.
Well, he is a geologist.
Danger Will Robinson.
And if you can understand geology, that's where you know where the coal is.
Yeah. And where it's going to stay.
Mm.
Because to be quite honest, it's out of date.
I read a very good book a few years ago about the guy called the Map Man who did the first geological map of Britain.
Yeah, Adam Smith.
And
No, William
that's
Smith.
him.
William Smith.
William Smith, yeah.
Adam Smith.
And he died a pauper as
Yeah.
well. That was the sad thing.
And if you look at the map, you can go and look at the map on just on the internet. They have the maps like everywhere, and it's right. He got it right, basically. So look at an old hairs and then a modern one, and they're the same, just the colours are different.
Yeah,
on his own.
and he used to travel around up and down the British Isles on a coach.
Yeah,
and you just stop the coach by the side of the road and pick up a flint or a rock, and go, aha, this is what's buried here. And it could be granite, it could be chert, it could be schist.
Yeah,
and he knew exactly what was underneath the ground. And he was absolutely fascinated by this. And he did make a hell of a lot of money at the time, but as I say, he then
spent it,
lost it all.
Yeah. I've seen a copy. I've seen a copy.
He was married. Yeah, it's a great book.
No, the map, the original map.
The map, yeah.
They have one there's a mining institute in Newcastle next to the train station. And I've been and seen that one. And it's amazing.
I think they've got the original in the Science Museum in London.
Yeah.
Where I live.
Yeah. Well, it's a print run.
What?
So
you live in the site?
One in a mining institute as well. Mining institute's amazing. It's a really fascinating place.
But I mean, he not only did he create that industry, but he did the canal structure of the British Isles as well.
Yeah.
Because he knew which way to build the canals and what was the best way to do it, because they couldn't dig it through, that particular route because it would just run away. So, he's not just responsible for the coal industry and the fossil industry and the archaeological industry and everything else. He also did the canals as well.
Yeah.
Plug.
Absolutely.
He must have been a war gamer as well, actually.
Must have been.
Well,
dragging it back desperately on subject, Dave. Yeah.
Well, no. You said he lost his money because we're the opposite to alchemists. We don't take base metal and turn it into treasure. We take treasure and turn it into base metal.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's what I'm you. Yeah, I'll have all this money. It's lead shit that just sits in a box.
Yeah.
Where the money goes.
Yeah, and he made loads of money for other people.
Indeed. sure he made some investor very rich.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
It's quite odd. I'm dry brushing this thing and I can see the colour change on the camera, but I can't see any colour change in front of me.
Really? That's weird.
It looks exactly the same shade in front of me. But in the camera, I can see it's a totally different shade. It's a bit odd.
That is a bit odd.
It's a bit odd.
I don't have my other light on, that might be why.
Getting back briefly to William Smith, he could pick up a fossil by the side of the road and he knew what was underneath the soil.
Yeah.
Because he could date just by the fossils.
You're a bit of an expert in picking up fossils as well, are you not?
Well, I'm married
Called
one. Yeah.
biophotography.
Actually, I'm married two, but you know, there you go.
There you go.
For a moment there, I'm trying to be serious, James, you know.
So was I.
Yeah.
Right, excuse me, guys.
Oh, Martin.
Yes, mate.
I don't think I'm going to make the game on the 18th now.
Oh, working.
So, but I'm going to try tomorrow
Yeah,
to get things swapped around at work.
that's okay. I understand.
Okay.
But don't take it personally. Not yet, anyway.
No, but I'll try and sort it out, but it's not looking good at the minute.
No.
Because it's a weekend, I don't think anyone will swap.
No. Unless they want to swap a double.
And it's Father's Day as well, isn't it? That day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It is.
it's a bit of a bummer, I'm afraid.
The advantage is it's closer to my father than I am here, so I get to go down for tea.
Oh, right, yeah. I wanted to come on this. Oh,
No, that's okay.
Huh?
Reality is, six is full, 4 is a minimum. After that, I have to reinvent it on the fly.
Yeah.
So it's you and James, but Angus is coming, and Dave, and John, and Pete, and Stu, I think.
Yeah.
So that's a nice full boat. 5 sides. That will be chaos. Be brilliant.
Yeah.
But 6 will be better.
Yeah, I'd like to get there.
There might be another guy coming from Scarborough, a guy called Roger.
Right, okay. I can do 7. 7's going to be fun.
Not Sir Roger of Scarborough.
But yeah, no, you're more than welcome. I need...
Boom, Sir Roger.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. I'm sure it'll be a good game. Maybe a laugh.
Yeah. I might be a laugh.
You worked out what size table you wanted. Was it 8x4?
Yeah. No, let's go 11 by 6.
Yeah, 11x6. Big table.
Give some people some room to manoeuvre. Right, yes. I can do another side with the figures I've got with figures.
Yeah, I'm sure we can bring some spare ones, you know. So.
Yes. I'm all right. I can rock up the Northumberland Rangers, who are my top butt kicking section. They have the most amount of machine gun.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
The Annick Northumberland Fusiliers Museum, Martin.
No. It's good.
No, you should go there, mate.
Yeah, it's good.
Oh, well.
Yeah, it's good.
Okay. I had a big long list of things I was going to do last week, and then my call broke, so I didn't do any of them. Which was a bit annoying.
We've also got the towers there that you have to be left-handed to wield your sword.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
As you got the spiral staircase.
Yeah, I've heard about that. I'm not convinced that's true. I'm not bitten. But I remember watching a program about that, and they were saying this, and some other guy says, no, it's just perfectly logical. This is just how it works.
Nah.
So I don't know.
No, because the Kerrs were left-handed as well in the Scottish clan. So their towers were left-handed spiral staircases, so they could wield their swords that way.
Okay.
But yeah, annex the other case in question where you have to be left-handed to defend it.
Oh, very sinister.
Indeed. I see what you did there.
And I'm smaller than the average bear. You can never have too many puns in Latin, I always think.
No man, $80.
If you see the Ermine Street Guard when they're marching around Housesteads and Vindolanda and Co, stopping them, as they march, they say "Sinister Dexter, Sinister Dexter, Sinister Dexter."
I have seen them. They're quite cool, actually.
Yeah, they're good lads.
It's the standard place to take people when they've not been to Newcastle before, and they're up for a long weekend, or go to Vindolanda, show you the postcards.
Yeah.
It's only like an hour. And then take them to a once brew for a pint.
What I like about Vindolanda, it's not like any other the Roman forts at all. I mean, it wasn't part of the Roman fortification. It was built well before that, as was Caerstoppettum.
Yeah.
And it was never sort of integrated. It's quite fascinating that they have this huge town there, and all the parchment, papyrus, letters there. But it was never part of the Roman wall. But you do the Roman wall tour, and you go to Vindolanda. You know, you do Chesters, you do Great Chesters, you do Housesteads, and then you go to Vindolanda.
Yeah,
and it's not part of the wall at all.
Yeah.
You know, Carthaginian is a great one to go to as well, which has only been developed in the last. And that's a great museum. That one there.
Yeah, where's that one?
Carthaginian. It's near Humshaft.
Oh, okay. I've not been there.
No, you should go there because that's the Roman Army Museum. So they've got a load of stuff there about the Roman Army.
I have been there. I went in there ages ago, though. It was a bit rubbish because it only just opened, so it was a bit like it had a chariot, and that was about it.
Well, that was built by a guy called Robin Burley, who's a very famous Roman historian.
Yeah.
Yes.
And he owns, well, he doesn't exactly own Vindolanda, but he's more or less owned it just by the archaeology he's done there. But he lives in the house next to Carthaginian.
Oh, right,
did.
okay, yeah.
I think he's dead now. But his family still lives there. And he spent all his time developing Vindolanda and bought a house next to Carthaginian. So he's getting all his money from research on Vindolanda to develop that site. So it's basically being built by him. Cool. And his son and his daughter. So it's well worth it. I mean, Robin Burley, if you look at Roman history, he's mentioned in every book of Roman history you could possibly shake a stick at.
Yeah.
And I met him about 30 years ago. Nice fella.
Yeah, cool. No, because I used to work with the archaeologists in my job, and so, but they're loads of them are like obsessed with the wall because I know you're in Newcastle. Where else are you going to be specialising in? It would be a bit weird if you were based at Newcastle University and were specialising in Chinese archaeology.
Mm-hmm.
So there's loads of them, and it's really, it's an amazing place. It's one of those things I need to go and do the walk at some point. I keep talking myself in and out of it.
I'd like to do that as well. Walk the full length of it.
Yeah.
Well, I was saying this to James about a year ago for my 50th birthday. Why don't we walk the bloody Roman Wall?
Yeah, I'm up for
So
that.
I'm well up for it.
I'm up for
I'd
that.
love to do that. Good. We could make a video, do a podcast,
Yeah.
Might be a bit of a
do a
long
live.
video.
It might well be a long video,
Yeah.
but why not? You know, let's do it.
And the trick is to go and do it for a week, not go and do it in 3 days.
Yeah, nice.
Go to all the museums and get drunk a couple of times.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could do it with the way the Romans did, with a little tent.
Yeah. Or you can go just be stopping youth hostels.
Yeah, we could do that, or we could just hunt our own food, get a tent.
Hunt our own food.
I draw the line with doing it in Roman armour, though.
This is a man who survives on quinoa and quail's
that'd
eggs.
be good. Yeah. The Romans ate fucking quail's eggs, mate.
Stop swearing. Yeah, me. Like that.
We could do it on snails.
Mice.
Snails
Nice.
are guppy.
There's plenty of them on the wall, though.
No, I'd be well up for that, Steve. Well up
Yeah,
for that.
I'd do it. I've wanted to do it for a while.
Mhm.
My wife keeps saying, "Yeah, we'll do
So you
it."
could do-
But, yeah.
You could do your army training, get us yomping along the wall.
Yeah. Yeah. That'll be all right.
I could talk shit about the Romans.
Yeah.
What's new there, then?
What's new there then? Yeah.
I'll just
You
take
could,
it.
you, could, you only needed the first 3 words of that.
Right. I could talk shit. Yeah. We could go past all the little villages I grew up in, all the schools I went to. Yeah.
It's
Sounds
all
good to
the,
me.
it's all
They
the,
wanted.
all the chasing that locals would do that's the problem. And if I did it, I would need an ambulance following behind, I think.
Yeah.
We just have a support vehicle.
And we could all ride in it.
Yeah, me, you, and Dave with the support vehicle,
Mhm.
carrying all the kit. What you need to pay yomp across the moor.
There's a gingerhead bloke falling down here in his deep fried haggis. I can do the translation while I'm there. My sister-in-law works in Hexham General Hospital anyway, so we'll be sorted out there.
Well, that's all right, isn't it?
Cool.
Yeah.
I've got friends in Allendale, so that's it. We can stop there at night. It's a bit of a detour,
Yeah.
but they'll come and fetch us.
Well, Allendale's not that far.
It's a bit.
It's a
Good
fair
day's walk.
stay. Yeah.
Yeah.
When you're 50,
It's about 5 years ago, wasn't it?
This sounds like a challenge. I like this
Gary?
idea.
when are you 50?
That was 4 years ago now.
Oh, right. So when's your birthday then?
May 24th. So maybe we should do it for me 55th then, which is May the 24th next year.
Maybe we should do it for my 50th.
Yeah, no, that's what
I
we
would
dead
be-
by then.
We'd all be dead by then. Come on.
Steve won't.
I'm not waiting 20 years for that. No, seriously, why don't we do it?
I don't see why not.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, I'd do it.
I mean, as I say, you know, anything seriously happens. My parents live there anyway. I've got a brother with a car. My sister-in-law works at Hexham General. I know the bloody area.
What could possibly go wrong? You're just following a wall.
What could possibly go wrong? Yeah.
You're not going to get lost there. You're just following a wall.
No, you're not. No, you follow the wall.
There's only one epic hill.
Mm.
Yeah.
Good morning, people.
Hi, David.
Good morning, mate. I think we might have another volunteer here.
Be a bit of a commute for Dave to
What
join
have you
in.
What have you volunteered me for?
Walking Hadrian's Wall.
But what?
Yeah.
Mhm. It's only 70 miles.
It's a couple of 1,000 miles away from the man.
Yeah. I know, but he walked 70 miles to get the bloody bottle, oh, mate.
Aye, aye, aye.
That sounds like a great idea to me.
Doesn't sound like a terrible one.
So someone mentioned that my my British flags were way too small, so I reprinted all my British flags, resized them and reprinted them, so I can cut them all out, replace them.
Yeah.
That's what I did yesterday. And now I'm
Are you happy now?
continuing with this British unit.
Mhm.
What's everyone else doing? A lot of figures on the table by the looks.
Yeah.
Saxons, Austrians.
French cavalry.
Sailors.
Wheatfields.
Railway track. Renaissance cavalry.
Nice.
Not to the second game.
It's a fairly eclectic mix tonight.
Yeah, definitely. So I'm trying to do something a little bit different here. On the usually I block color the collars, but this time I'm going to block color them a white and then
Mhm.
do the collar color not quite to the edge. So I'm hoping to leave like a white piping or a white edge to them.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that works. So this battalion has green facings, so I might just do the first one and see if I can pull it off firstly.
Uh-huh.
There's got to be a bright green, so I don't know which one I should use. I've only got 3. Well, that's going to be too dark. Might have to go to the hobby store today.
Oh, yeah, you're time traveling again.
Yes. Yes. Greetings from Wednesday morning. This is your future speaking.
You're the doctor.
Don't listen to the radio near the bath.
If you offer us a jelly baby, I'm going, mate. Of course, James won't get that because Tom Baker wasn't his doctor.
Nope.
Ah,
There you go.
but it was ours.
Yeah, he was. But James, you're going to be such fun on this Roman wall trip.
Oh,
Nope,
what
don't
you're
get
doing.
that.
A Roman wall trip. Hadrian's Wall.
Oh, it's sorted now, apparently.
Nice.
12 months today.
Yeah.
That's it. I don't have a good green for this.
I think I'm washing my hair that day.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Yeah, you wash it in henna, don't you, James? You wash it in henna to keep it so red.
I have to wash it one at a time. It takes me ages.
Yeah.
Stop them from falling.
Well,
One at a time.
That's 4 times then.
Yeah, listening to you guys.
That's a huge comb over.
It is.
The thing is, I wouldn't have thought you would take much pleasure out of seeing the wall, given that you were probably there when it was built, Gary.
I can show you the bits I cemented then, can't I? See that inscription? I did that. Garaldus. XXVXI. In fact, there's one near Corbridge that I carved, which is called Pishant.
Sounds like my family motto.
Yeah, it is. I seriously think we should do this.
There you go. See if you can see this. So what I did was I painted the collar white and then I painted the green over it, but not quite to the edge.
Oh yeah.
Do you think that sort of stands out too much, or?
I don't know. It's all right.
What colour is
Assuming
the
you-
rest of the model? Red?
Yeah, it'd be red shirts, grey pants. Done the grey pants already. But the point is that I was trying to get that white edging on the collars.
It's definitely worked.
I think so. I just got to get the right green. I've got to get more of a bright foresty green, which I don't have.
The thing is, you could do it as that, as a base, and then highlight it with the lighter shade.
Yeah. I try and stay away from highlights because I'm slow enough as it is.
All right.
But I don't really have a lighter green that I can put over the top of that gold. All the rest. Oh, olive green. Cam olive green. No, that's more of a dark. I think the gun should be dark.
Right, back in a minute. Just going to plan the route.
I think I'm long enough in the tooth to know it will never happen. We leave it to Gary to plan, we're safe.
Yeah.
What are you saying?
It's about getting drunk in breweries.
Yeah, 13 years of civil service cynicism coming to the fore.
Well, to be quite honest, if we start on the coast, the first night's at my house.
Well, see, it's close enough to my house that I could just drive home every night.
Yeah. Apart from one drawback, you're quite a long way from your car each evening.
That's true. I didn't think of that. I'd have to walk the whole wall twice.
Yeah. Just to get a good night's kip. That would be a debacle.
Park the car, walk back to the car.
Yeah.
Trust the academic to think of the practicalities of the...
No, we thought we planned this before.
Definitely, I'm coming.
Me and my mate planned it about 7-8 years ago. One of my mates from Newcastle was going to drive out and meet us every night with all the kit,
Right.
and then just drive home, and then come and meet us the next day.
If we're going to do it, we should do it for charity.
Something like heart disease or something.
Yeah, or something. Find a wargaming related charity or something.
There is one. Adam Carrier in. Oh, that's a weird colour. In the US, his site sponsored. Oh God, that is a weird colour. His site sponsored. Well, advertises a wargaming charity thing.
Who's
Yeah,
that?
but
Guy named Adam Carrier. He does the challenge. He's got something like 2 million hits on his blog.
All right.
Although he's just got money, so he doesn't post so much anymore.
an American charity though.
Yeah.
I
So
see.
there must be some.
I have properly knacked this brush doing dry brushing these
I
fields.
use immensely cheap tatty brushes for dry brushing.
Yeah. I've actually like worn away the middle of it. It's weird. Ah well. It's too big for me to use for any of the models I've got, so. What's the summer shade? Yeah, we'll have a think.
Yeah, I'm sure there are plenty of charities and everything.
Yeah.
But, great, it's me out here tonight, chaps. Good what I can do.
Thanks
Yeah.
very much, Dave. We'll catch you next time.
Cheers.
Love it, mate.
See you later.
The only reason I started doing this tonight was because I really couldn't be bothered starting another batch of American Civil War figures.
That's me having a good break from them now.
So paint the artillery, and then I think I'm done for a bit.
Yeah.
I don't think we're short of cavalry.
I need to actually work out what I've got for my Confederates. I haven't even opened the packet yet.
You'll have basically a brigade, won't you? That's the general deal with them.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. I might buy a few more, and then just try and get the equivalent of what I got for my Union stuff.
Yeah.
I just need to come up with a quicker way of painting them. Just get them done.
A small pile of cornfields done tonight.
Cool.
Cool. That looks good.
Yeah. Mm.
Odd shapes, but never mind. I should probably thought about it when I cut them up.
Have you done anything to them yet, or are they just cut?
I've dry brushed them and put a stain along the edges.
Oh yeah.
That one maybe needs a little
So
bit.
what did you just dry brush the top of them? Did you?
The top and the sides, yeah. can see this one's got some white showing. And focus on me.
I'm probably going to get into painting some more 6mm Napoleonics because I've got quite a few of them, and that I've been trying to sell. And over the weekend, I sold a lot of the painted stuff and a bit of the unpainted stuff, but I've still got a fair bit of unpainted stuff left.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a list of about 15 people who wanted painted stuff. So I thought if I paint up a few of the unpainted stuff, I might be able to get rid of them that way.
Yeah, what make are they?
They're Adler.
Oh, right. So that's what I'm doing right now.
What's that?
That's what I'm doing now. Adler.
Right. Well, I had 20,000 of them.
Jeez.
Just fell off. And there's a guy from the UK just bought $2,000 worth of them. And most of those were painted. But he also took all the unpainted Prussians that I had.
Right.
But I've still got lots of unpainted British and French and Russians. So I figured I might have a go at painting some of them up and see if they sell better that way. And then just on a regular basis, maybe 1 unit a month or something.
Yeah.
Put them on eBay. Some other guy collected all my allies, so I had Polish and Württembergers and Bavarians. So he collected all those. So I've really only got the main ones left, which is good. But yeah, I had enough French troops to do a 160 scale invasion of Russia.
Really? Jesus.
Yeah. I had enough troops to do the whole Grand Army for 1812.
And a 1-to-1 scale.
Nah,
Just
not,
one creeps.
not 1-to-1, no. Not that bad.
You didn't have 500,000 troops then?
No, I had the equivalent of 500,000 based on 160. And I'm pretty sure because of that, I've probably got way too many British, way too many Prussians.
So have you just gone off the scale then?
Well, I was a 6mm guy for many years, and I had 6mm Napoleonics, ACW, GHQ Moderns. I had 6mm Romans, 6mm Crusades. I had 6mm lots of things. But last year I've been playing in a group, and they play 28mm Napoleonics, and
Yeah.
and they really pay attention to the uniforms and everything.
Mhm.
And I never really let it get to me. It didn't really worry me, but probably last year I think something sort of twigged in my mind that it would be really nice to actually have a unit on the field and be able to recognize the exact unit from the uniform, rather than with 6mm you tend to paint a little bit more generically. And so I started to get this bug about researching uniforms and getting my units to look nice. And at the same time, I also developed a little bit of a bug for changing my painting style and painting a little bit better quality. So and then about the same time I was having problems with my, not eyesight, but just concentrating on painting such small detail. So so my partner that I am with, she suggested, why don't you go to a bigger scale? And I said, well, okay.
Yeah, well, why not?
So, because with 6 mil also, I had a lot of. I kept saying, well, because I have plenty of space, and because I have, the price is not the big driver for 6 mil, I could probably go more of a mass, and instead of having 12-figure battalions, maybe have 24 or 48. And I played around with those sort of ratios for years, never really settled on anything.
Mm-hmm.
So I had a lot of problems with that. But so in the end, I just decided, you know what, I'll sell all my 6 mil. I'll go to 15 mil, and go from there. So I've changed all my projects to 15 mil.
Right. Okay.
Cool. Right, gentlemen, that was fun, but it's a school night. Draw a bet.
See you later.
Yeah. See you, Dave. See you at Housesteads, mate.
So I've sold off most of my 6 mil. I've sold off my ACW, all the Romans. So I've just got some of the Napoleonics, the unpainted stuff.
Yeah.
And I've also got a whole big collection of GHQ moderns. And some of them, well, actually most of them, they're not even out of their packets.
Those kind of hold their value quite well, the GHQ stuff, don't they?
Yeah, well, no one's been interested in them yet, so I'm thinking I might have to maybe, I don't know, maybe paint them up as well, but maybe not. Might just wait another 6 months and put them back on eBay.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't really have much success with eBay. I'm not sure why. Maybe it's because I'm in Australia. Maybe a lot of sellers just choose for local sales instead of looking at worldwide. I know everyone in Australia pretty much goes worldwide on eBay, but
Yeah.
that's because we'll get if we're looking for something on eBay, if we just settle for the default, which is Australia only, we only get like 2 options. But if we change it to worldwide, we might get 40.
Yeah.
Whereas you guys, because you're already in the UK or the US, you'll have those 40 before you even start.
Mm.
You probably don't even realise.
No, I have never bought anything from Australia, let's say.
No. Well, it probably doesn't even come up in your feed.
No.
Yeah, I've seen stuff coming up in my feed for Australia, but I think my default setting's worldwide. It's just the postage is always the killer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
It's just that when I look at the stats, like I've got a whole bunch of books on sale at the moment as well, and most of them are about $5 because I just want to get rid of them because we're moving still. And some of them have had 3 views, and I'm thinking, surely there's more people interested in a book like this than 3 people. And I've posted it as a worldwide sale, so I don't know how. I think I'm doing something wrong.
So what's the books that you're selling?
One of the ones is that big red West Point Atlas of the American Civil War.
Right.
And which is just a necessity for anyone doing Civil War. But what I've worked out is everyone who wants it has already got it.
Mm.
But it's an impressive book, When I saw it in the shop, I just went, oh my God, I've got to have this. Because I've got the Napoleonic one as well. And the maps are just beautiful. But there's a whole bunch of other stuff, like there's a timeline of modern military history. There's a couple of rule sets. So there's DBA, the complete Roman army, John Keegan's World War One, There's
That's
a whole
good
bunch
thing.
of stuff.
So when you say the complete Roman army, is that pre-imperial or imperial army?
I don't know. I think it's everything. It's by Adrian Goldsworthy.
All right, yeah.
But I ended up buying 2 of them. I saw it in the bookshop and went, oh, I've got to have that. So I bought it. And then about a month later, I went, oh, I don't know whether I bought that or not. I can't remember. So I bought it anyway. And they're both exactly the same. Took it home, put it on the bookshelf, went, you idiot.
I really cannot be bothered starting these American Civil War figures. It's just not happening.
What scale are they? 28s?
10s.
Oh, yeah.
I think if we do this this Roman wall walk, that Steve has to take his Roman helmet with him and wear it. Oh, come on, mate. You got to wear it.
No.
He's no fun.
No.
You won't even wear it to the pub or anything.
It's pish.
No.
Why has he got it then?
Well, exactly. If he can't walk along the parapets of bloody Housesteads with his Roman helmet on, with his mates, after yomping from Barrow and Furness to Housesteads and Vinderland, and without his Roman helmet on, what's the point?
Yeah, what happens if you get attacked while you're up there?
Then we form a testudo to
Bugger that, mate.
have a go at the Scots.
I'll be on the attacker's side.
Exactly, yeah. We have a go at Jamesy, who's representing the Scots, attacking the Roman wall.
You might, it might.
Stig's got his Roman helmet on,
It might trigger.
unsheathing his
Might
gladius.
trigger something inside you, James.
Mm-hmm.
This is for 500 AD.
You can take our freedom.
For all my ancestors. So I've never done British before, so this will be interesting. As in 15 mil, I've done British in 6 mil, obviously, but not 15 mil. So it'll be interesting how this goes.
Quite fiddly, aren't they, the British?
I think so. I've always been intimidated by all the straps and lacing and stuff on the front.
Yeah.
It's white. I remember on the 6 mil, it was always really hard to sort of. You couldn't do none, but you couldn't do. If you did one, you had to do it all, and it was quite annoying because you couldn't do all. Even on Adler, it was really nicely cast. You just couldn't get all the effect you can with other scales from the front of a British soldier.
Far too much lace and stuff in there.
Yeah.
Must have been alright pain in the bum to look after that, maintain it.
It's a thing that we were talking the other night about how it was, as wargamers with a habit of painting things that are perfect, but how perfect would it, especially for the peninsula, how perfect would it have been?
And even colours, like, especially for me with 1815, like, you read about the fact that the blue, the French blue, was quite varying from person to person, depending on where they got their uniform from and what year and how they looked after it. And even the British red, I've quite often heard of it as being a very dark red rather than a bright red that a lot of people use.
And it would wash out to
Yeah, and it would
lighter
wash and
shades and
fade.
stuff.
And I think someone was telling me that there's some account of maybe a unit in India where they, when they assembled on the field, most of them were in pink tops,
Yeah,
pink jackets or something.
that's going back to the Romans, the thing about pink being a masculine colour.
Yeah, because they didn't have a choice.
Well, because their soldiers all wore red, and the red ran to pink.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, or faded in the sun, or
yeah,
It's called marriage. When the wife puts your clothes in the bloody wash.
I've done that myself. Wear a lot of white shirts for work, and then accidentally put a new gym towel in that's only, 1 foot long, but it's red, or it has a red logo on it, or something. End up with 4 pink shirts. Even more so now, I think, because a lot of that stuff comes out of China and it's all just cheap colouring.
right, I've started them now.
Good work.
Bugger.
Don't let the
I was muted.
procrastination monkey win.
I know. I feel like I need a pat in the back,
Good. Well done, you.
a cheer. Thank you. It's nice to be kept motivated.
I love these chats. They're great. Get so much done.
Whether you want to or not.
No, you want to. It's just you don't. It's just that little procrastination monkey that gets in your ear.
Yeah, Gary.
No names.
Oh, God.
Right. Let's get these guys gessoed.
You ever cleaned any figures in Dettol, Steve?
Mm-hmm.
How do you get the Dettol off?
Right, yeah. So what I did was, obviously I put them in Dettol, left them a couple of days, got a toothbrush, quite a stiff old toothbrush, and wearing rubber gloves, latex gloves, give them a scrub, got all the gunk off. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've got some nice.
I just washed them in, and then I just
You get a sieve.
soapy water.
You get a sieve. The sieve is the way to do it. Put the figures in the sieve after you've dettoled them, and then you rinse it off and you scrub them with the toothbrush. So the sieve is the important thing.
Because I thought if you put water on the paint after it had been in Dettol, it kind of turned to like glue.
Yeah, pretty much.
This is the bit that's confusing me.
It goes all stringy and horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got this one the other day.
Yeah.
50p.
Cool.
It's like a denture brush. It's got a wee
Mm-hmm.
ducket on it and stuff.
Yeah.
Plus, I can.
You do
clean my
the.
dentures.
You've got dentures, have you? You do the sieving bit while the wife. because she gets very annoyed. Or the quinoa for the kids.
I got a bit of that because you totally broke up there, Gary. But
anyway, it's to do with quinoa. You don't do the sieving bit if the kids' broccoli is going to be, boiled and then drained.
Right.
And the samphire as well. She gets very annoyed about that.
I get annoyed about Sandfire just generally, to be honest.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Samphire. I had that for the first time the other week, Samphire. And it's just like, it's that salty, it burnt my mouth.
Yeah, because it's grown by the sea.
It's
in Norfolk
dish,
and Suffolk.
I'll never eat it again.
So does Google Hangouts, apparently.
The asparagus.
It's horrible.
As we all know. As we all know.
Salty asparagus. How appealing.
And I'm sure as we do the tour of the Roman wall, we'll talk about very little else.
Yeah, talk about Samphire. Can't wait.
I'll tell you what, Steve, I'm well impressed that you want to do this trip. Well impressed. Because I want to be yomping with you over the moors, mate.
Well, we don't do yomping. Only Marines do yomping.
All right. You're telling us to, get down and give me 20. Bitch.
This sounds like some sort of fantasy that Gary's got.
No. It's going to be
I'll change
full metal jacket with Stig. Can't wait, mate. Sounds fucking great to me.
He's officially sworn more times than me today, so.
Yeah.
That's only because Dennis isn't on.
Yes, but he's watching.
Uh-huh.
He found your comment about forming a pseudo extremely
good.
pseudo extremely funny.
Well, if we can get Dennis over, that would be good.
Yeah, he's willing to fly, I think. He just needs some big feathers and some wings, and he's good to go.
Like some sort of Canadian Tinkerbell. I hope he's listening.
He is. Yeah.
Good.
He's asking if Testudo isn't one of those Mexican bands.
That's some sort of corn-based product, isn't it?
Yeah, it's something you can order from a Mexican restaurant.
Bill would know. Bill's our
looks like
Roman
vomit.
expert. He reckons that's Suicido. I think he's just typing things to try and get me to pronounce them.
Uh-huh.
It might be a Phil Collins song, apparently.
Yeah.
Who's Phil Collins?
He was lead singer of Genesis once they sold out.
Ah, right, of course, yeah.
Yeah.
Cuirassier. Random word. No. He's encouraging me to say French swear words. I'm not playing.
Fou con. A bas les Anglais.
A la Hussard is one of them.
Mm-hmm.
And Sabertash. That's like a really sharp moustache, is it not?
No, it's a thing that hussars had hanging off their belts. I say that just to get him riled. Because it isn't really.
Right. Well,
Mais oui, et moi aussi. À demain. Je t'ai pas. Je
I'm
suis
being-
très fatigué.
I'm being encouraged for the next game I run, Stig, to include some typhoons, since that's where the typhoon memorial is, apparently.
yeah. Cool.
And
Yeah, I
Noyers.
think we need some ground attack aircraft because I've never used it in a game.
Yeah. I've got one painted. I've got another two that aren't, but
I think it'd be rude not to be fair.
yeah.
Right, my big book of Napoleonic uniforms. Let's see.
One more horse, I think.
Page I follow that they're trying to put together a flyable typhoon.
Oh yeah,
So
that'd be pretty cool now.
yeah, but at the same time, I've got a funny feeling that there's a reason that they were more or less taken out of service immediately following the Second World War.
All right.
Because the same page posts something every day that says how many were lost on this date during the war, and a substantial number of them are lost due to structural failure,
Right.
which was this really interesting flaw that the Typhoon had where the tail would snap off.
All right. It's not ideal, is it?
No, I don't think it was particularly survivable because the plane tended to go into a spin. I'm pretty sure that as soon as the war was finished, they were all basically taken out of service.
Yeah, you didn't really see them after that, did you?
No. I think the Tempest and stuff went on for a while, but I think the Typhoon was taken out.
Okay.
The Tempest was the only, or one of the few Allied planes that could catch the 262. Too much Napoleonic talk.
Right. On that bombshell, I shall see you later, guys.
I'll catch you later.
And,
Danny.
Yeah. Then.
get ready to yomp from Barrow to Wild's End.
Yes, indeed.
Mm-hmm.
See.
Right.
Next
See you
week.
later.
See you later.
See you later.
And with that just being 3 of us, I think I'll end the live segment.
Yeah.
I don't know how long we were going for tonight. A little while, assuming it's all recorded. I think it has, even though I've been kicked out 3 times. The live bit seems to be a bit more unstable than the non-live one. But yeah, I'll do my spiel. So, you have been watching, assuming that people have actually been watching, a miniature modelling mayhem painting chat. As mentioned at the beginning, we do these things quite frequently through the course of the week, although normally they're not recorded. But this recorded one is just to give people an idea of what we do, what we talk about, and how this can be helpful for your hobby. Thanks very much for watching. and we'll catch you next Tuesday, possibly. All right.